Folks, we have a lot going on this week, whether it's the Toronto Blue Jays, which we could talk about at length for hours, whether it's Halloween, which we could also talk about for hours, or it's just the Discovery Day celebrations at the University of Northern British Columbia. I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about it for at least 8 minutes on the show today. We got that. Plus, we're going to talk about the weather, because I know you like talking about weather just the same as I do, okay? All that and more coming up on CKPG Today. Time for some excitement here at the University of Northern British Columbia. We're here for our Campus Connection. It's Discovery Day, a chance for all the prospective students and current ones to discover different faculties, different programs, and discover you, Alpha. How are you doing today? Good. Alpha is doing good. We're feeling good, and we're ready to discover with all the different folks here at the University of Northern British Columbia. Awesome to be at Discovery Day here. I've learned so much already, and now we get to learn even more with Dr. Bill Owen. Thank you so much for making the time to chat today.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about Discovery Day for you here, because this is cool. It must be cool for you to walk around and discover a little bit yourself.
It certainly is. It's amazing to see the parents and future students exploring this wonderful gem that we have in Northern BC, and to see the programs and the faculty and staff that support the student learning journey. So excellent to see.
It always amazes me how many, when you see them all lined up like this, how many faculties and stuff UNBC actually has. There's a lot.
Yeah, so we're a comprehensive institution. We've got something for everyone here.
Yeah, I like it. Now tell me about your discovery story, because I mean, lots of kids, grade 10s, 11s are here today discovering their own. That'll be part of their own story. I remember mine at Dutchess Park here in Prince George, where they came and presented. But what about you? How did you discover UNBC?
So it goes back a few years, and I was a tree planter in the early 90s, and we would hang out in the library downtown, and I would pick up the Citizen, and I'd read all these front page stories about this university being built in the North for the North. And when I went to graduate school, my supervisor asked me, "Where do you want to be at the end of your PhD?" And I said, "I want to be at this new institution that they're building in Prince George, the University of Northern BC." And flash forward 5 years later, I applied for a job, and lo and behold, I've been here for 23 years.
Wow. That is a long time.
It is. The old saying, "Come for 2, stay for 20, is certainly true.
First step of discovery, the Northern BC Archives and Special Collections. And okay, who are you?
I am the head of the archives.
Okay, now tell me a little bit about what you do and what the archives here are at UNBC.
Okay, well, the archives are a unit of the library here at the university, and we support the research for faculty, students, and the public. And our area of collections are essentially the history and culture of Northern BC. Our geographical regions kind of mimic the university's regions. Yeah, so yeah, it's quite diverse.
I was going to say early contender too for my favorite interactive table here at the university.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Stop number 2 now, learn about the Northern Analytical Laboratory Services. Ooh, that is a mouthful. Okay, who are you?
Oh yeah, so we are like an environmental lab on campus that we can offer services to the UNBC community, students, faculty members, everyone, like researchers, and also to the community outside of UNBC. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so you guys take a lot of credit for the fact that UNBC is such a great research university.
Oh yeah, actually, like we get samples from the faculties, researchers. We do sample testing for them, and also we give opportunities for the students to get familiar with the instruments and everything.
I bet these guys get a lot of questions about what they are. So tell me a little bit about what you guys represent here.
So we're the School of Social Work. So we're just advertising for our Bachelor's in Social Work program today. It's a 2-year program. After you complete 60 credits, you can do 60 credits in general at the university level, or you could do like a 2-year program at CNC like what Jackson did. There's only 4 required courses at the university level to do. They're in the pamphlet, but yeah, so yeah.
Okay, what's the most common question from the students, the prospective ones here?
What do social workers do?
Yeah,
I think,
I'm not sure either yet.
yeah, so I mean, like we had these like things today, like different options. So like there's different ones like, social work practice and community development. Because I think the biggest advocacy, like I do especially, is that social work isn't just working with MCFD, child protection. There's so much that goes on in healthcare, in the hospitals.
What is Alpha Pi Beta?
Yeah, so we're the university sorority, and we're primarily philanthropic, but we also do a lot of volunteering. Like we're talking about volunteering at Northern Health and stuff this semester. We also do fundraising opportunities. Like last year, we donated $500 or $600 toward Jasper to help rebuild after the wildfires. And we also just do, social things. Like we had brunch last weekend and things like that.
Okay, I was going to ask because everyone wants to know how much fun is the sororities at UMBC. Are they fun?
It's very fun, yeah.
Okay. We like fun. Wow, passionate today.
Yes.
Yes, he is. Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV. What have you discovered here today yourself? Because I'm sure, you're still learning a bit too.
Yeah, so
Even 23 years here, you still learn every day.
Oh, every day, and that's what I love about being here is that there's always something to discover. So for me today, going down and seeing the engineering demonstration and seeing also the new mannequins that they have in the nursing lab. There's to give nursing students, this real world opportunity to test their skills before testing it out on people like us.
Well, yeah, the mannequins look a lot different 23 years after you started, I'm sure.
Yes, for sure.
What would you say to someone watching this, maybe thinking about UMBC in the future?
So come explore our campus, see why we are the #2 university in Canada, and all of the opportunities. Come to meet the community, meet the amazing faculty and staff that we have here, and you'll fall in love with this place.
I agree. The moose, the deer, the people,
Yes.
Everybody's in love with it, and it doesn't matter the weather because you can hang out in beautiful inside here at the University of Northern British Columbia. Thank you for your time today.
You're very welcome.
Wow, passionate today.
Yes.
Yes, he is. This is crazy. And I imagine with AI, it only gets scarier and scarier as the months and days and years go on here because Sylvester is not very old. 2 years old here at the University of Northern British Columbia. Just a young guy, despite the gray hair, right?
Yes.
Have you seen lots of students today, Sylvester?
Yes.
Have you scared them just a little bit?
Yes.
We've heard Sylvester's opinion, but now we get to hear Emily's opinion here in the nursing. I mean, what is this place? Where are we?
We're in the nursing lab at UMBC.
Okay, so what happens here?
We have all the third-year nursing students come through. They have lab all year long, so they do their lab in this setting, and we practice a bunch of different skills. We do simulations with our mannequin here, Sylvester. So we practice a bunch of different things, but yeah, they spend a lot of time here.
I like it. Okay, now you're an alumni yourself, I hear,
Yes.
which is very, very cool to see this come full circle. But I wanted to ask you, you get to instruct lots of these students and see the process. What is it like to see that process from start to finish when you graduate a nurse into the working world?
Well, it's really great. We like to tell the students that they're our future colleagues, not our students, because we end up working a lot with them. I've worked with many students on maternity in the UHMBC here, but it's really great to see them grow and just see their confidence grow too, and just all around their critical thinking. It really develops quite amazingly with them. So
I like it. Now, I'm scared of blood. That's why I never became a
Yes,
nurse.
fair.
Not the biggest fan of it. Although, I feel like some people out there may be, thinking about nursing as a program. What would your tip be to them if they're thinking about it in the future?
Well, we have some wonderful opportunities for you to come and explore the lab. For example, today we had the Discovery Day where students actually get to come in, they get to see the lab, we get to talk to them about lab and kind of what to do about nursing. But I would honestly encourage anybody who's interested, go talk to advisors. They have lots of recommendations. They might even put you in touch with some instructors. We can talk to you about the program, what it's like, and then see if you're interested.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time today. We need more people like you in the world, Emily. So thank you. I think this would be great birth control. Oh, it does have yeah. I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know. How do you feel? Do you feel good when you hold this? Uneasy? What does it make you feel like?
Oh, it's I'm used to it. I've had 3 kids, so no problem.
Any tips?
Just make sure the head's in the elbow.
In the elbow. Okay.
Yeah.
No good on the loose neck.
No.
We're learning together. Discovery Day. We're discovering.
Yes, for sure.
Campus Connections is brought to you by the University of Northern British Columbia, where the North inspires new ways of thinking.
It's that time, folks. Get your costumes, grab your camera, and bring the laughs. It's Ha Ha Halloween on our CKPG Today Show. All you have to do is submit your best Halloween photos, anything from costumes to decorations, or your best pumpkin carving. Then, add in a funny caption online, and you and your neighbors might just be laughing when it's featured on air here on our CKPG Today Show. And here's the treat. There's no trick. You could win a pair of tickets to see Russell Peters live at the CN Center November 6th. So get creative, get funny, and enter online at ckpgtoday.ca because this Halloween, the laughs are to die for.
Fall is starting to end here, of course, and that means it's time for the weather to get really interesting. Now, who does the weather? How does the forecast go? How do you hear about a weather warning? We're going to talk about all of that with the good folks at Environment Canada Today and Mr. Bobby Saycon. Thank you so much, Bobby, for spending some time with us today.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
So tell me, look, Bobby, is this now the interesting part of the year for you? I would assume because the weather gets, a lot more wild and wacky. Is that true for you folks at Environment Canada?
Interesting is an understatement. I think it's definitely getting into that not only interesting but challenging time of year where we're into the transition season where we're going from, our warm weather season to now getting into the mixed precipitation, transitioning towards winter. And so, yeah, it definitely adds some complications, but this is our passion and we find it very interesting.
Yeah, well, we were talking, you've been working with Environment Canada for a number of years. Now, is this the hardest part of the year, though, to generate a forecast, or is there a different part of the year that's harder?
Each season presents its own challenges. Like I said, for the fall, it can often be things like precipitation timing, whether we're going to see rain come in, could it be freezing rain, could it be snow? And also there's things like fog forecasting, predicting snow levels on the highways, extreme cold. So lots of different hazards at play in the fall. And then of course, once we get into winter, things get that much more colder and that presents its own challenges. And then the spring and summer, of course, we have our, convective season in the summer where we can get things like tornadoes and severe thunderstorms, and then air quality events from smoke, for example, too. So there's challenges throughout the year.
That's fair. Yeah, we saw that tornado warning randomly here in Prince George, I guess twice, but very, very odd. So I'm hoping the winter is a little less odd than that, Bobby. But when you're talking about winter and the weather warnings that kind of come with that, walk me through the process, I guess, of what happens for folks at Environment Canada put a weather warning into effect, because obviously it's a big deal. It doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, what does that look like?
Yeah, so that's really the bread and butter of our business here. We're in the business of helping inform Canadians to help keep them safe and their property safe. And so we have a 24/7 operations center, actually, and there's several of these offices across the country. And here out of Vancouver, we serve northern BC, all of BC for that matter, and Yukon. And with that, we're always monitoring the weather. We're going through what we call an analysis, diagnosis, and prognosis process, where we look at what's going on in the weather, we look at how that's going to evolve over time, and then we decide whether warnings are needed. And we have some warning criteria to go off of, but we also factor in things like vulnerabilities in place and sensitivities. So yeah, it's a bit of a process, but we're on it 24/7.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about Prince George here too, specifically because the weather here can be temperamental at the best of times. Recently we got the chance to go with the folks who launched that weather balloon twice daily, I guess, at specific times. I didn't know there's such a science to that, but we found that out. And there's also a big weather radar dish out at Baldy Hughes in that area. But kind of walk me how this all works here, the data, and then it gets translated into sun, clouds, snow, sleet. How does this work?
Yeah, definitely. What you mentioned are two key pieces of our analysis process, both the upper air sounding that gets launched at Prince George, like you mentioned, and several other places around the country and around the world for that matter. And that gives us a really good idea of what's going on in the atmosphere at different levels of the atmosphere, not only on the ground. So that's vital information to see where our warm air pockets are, where the fast winds are, even in aviation forecasting, where the turbulence is, where the icing is. So that's a key part of the information as we do our work up in the morning. Now, the radar, like you mentioned, we replaced it in 2002. The newest technology, and this is allowing us to pick up on all the different types of precipitation that might be occurring in the area. So it allows us to differentiate better between precipitation types, or even between non-meteorological objects such as birds or insects. Sometimes those are getting picked up. Now, this new technology allows us to distinguish between those, and then also for severe weather. So tornado warnings, for example, we can see signatures on the radar that gives us confidence to issue a warning.
So I guess you could say you would know if it's raining cats or dogs.
Well, yeah, let's hope it's not actually cats and dogs, but yeah, it's incredible what we can pick up. I mean, recently, weather radar has been picking up the bird migrations throughout North America, and so it's quite interesting to see how the birds go with the weather patterns, and where we have all this ability with weather radars to pick up both meteorological and non-meteorological objects.
One more question here with you. What would you say are we in for here in northern British Columbia as far as winter goes? Is there any indication of what we can expect? Colder? Should I grab my extra cozy flannel or what?
Yeah, it's of course, it's very difficult to say in the long range. What we're seeing for the next couple of weeks is going to be a bit of cyclical weather. We're going to see a couple of cold fronts come through over the next week, but also a couple of days with drier, warmer weather. So really be prepared for everything. In the longer range models, they're indicating above normal temperatures, but that doesn't really predict the little nuances or the storms that might come through or the Arctic outbreaks that might come through. So what I would say is right now is the time to just get prepared for winter. Make sure you have your emergency kits, make sure your car is ready for winter driving, and make sure your house is winterized as well. So that's if we're prepared, it can be not so bad winter.
It's true. Yeah, you don't want to be stuck without power and not prepared for that. So I thank you for your time today, Bobby. I know you're a busy guy, speaking to lots of folks like myself here across Western Canada and BC. So yeah, no, thank you for your time, and yeah, happy, good weather. I wish you the best of weather ahead, I guess.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Take care.
Taking a look outside at today's CKPG Snapshot of the Day, courtesy of Cole Brenton today, who caught this shot of the fall colors at Cottonwood Island Park in Prince George. And yes, a reminder, the fall colors may be gone, but it is a nice time of year to go take a walk along the river at Cottonwood Island Park. And those river levels dropping, so you could even walk out quite a ways now, just like what Cole did here, I believe. Anyways, thanks so much for submitting. If you have any photos you want to share, folks, we'd love to see them. Snapshot@ckpg.com is our email. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
So you ask people south of the Fraser Valley, so Vancouver, they think people in Prince George, I think, are a bunch of rebels sometimes. I think this is a common stereotype that they think. And while I would argue we're not often, the stereotype does prove to be true today in local history. When we look at the seatbelt rates, boy, Prince George did not have a lot to be proud of back in this day, and the stat that I will show you today in local history.
Looking back to 2001, the survey says 24% of people in Prince George not wearing their seatbelts. While you can see here the BC average at the time in 2001 was 11% of people. So yes, Prince George, not exactly a glowing stat here to celebrate the city. But they were trying to improve it. Some areas in town better than others. College Heights, 86% of people wearing seatbelts. Downtown, slightly less, 58%. Wonder why. But anyways, there you go. A look back in 2001 at the stats.
There you go. Yeah, I wanted to look up the rate for 2025, and it's a lot higher than that even for British Columbians wearing seatbelts. Canadians wearing seatbelts. So we've improved. Just rest assured, we have improved. Makes sense. I mean, really, who's doing that? Thanks so much for watching today, folks. Go Blue Jays, and we'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow. Bye for now.